Don't leave. I'm coming. I'm coming. Hi there. I'm Beckie Belote, and I am a Creative Memories Advisor from Newport News, Virginia. It's Tip Tuesday, and I have some great ideas today featuring the Natural Disposition line. Natural Disposition came out, I think, in November of 2020, and it was a really pretty line. And so if you got it, you're going to like some of these ideas that I'm going to show. But one of my favorite parts of the Natural Disposition line were the mats. They had some really cool, they're calling them laser mats. And what I really love about them is they're very ornate already. And so when you add them to a page, it just makes them, makes the page just pop. So I'm going to show you some ideas featuring those. But I also wanted you to think a little bit out of the box with them. So if you already got a pack of these and you already used them and you want to use some of these ideas that I'm showing, I think that the new Homestead line that just came out is going to look really good with these. I know that Spring Cottage works with it because I'm going to show some ideas with that. So today you're going to see a double page spread featuring Spring Cottage and Natural Disposition, the paper, the mats, and especially these mats. So let's go ahead and get started. You hear my bird? That is the beauty of living at home and working out of a home office. It's just like having a jungle right here. That is my kite. If it's not the dogs, it's the bird. I've got it all going on here. Okay, so what I wanted to show you is, first of all, just how pretty these mats look on a double page spread. So let me first go ahead and just let you take a peek. What I have done with this is really, sorry, I got some obstacles here. Give me a second. Okay, so this is a piece of paper. This is most likely the back of that piece of paper. So I just cut a strip off and flipped it. You could have done a little bit of a fold over page here. This is a mat from the regular mat pack that came with Natural Disposition. This is a mat from the mat pack that came with Natural Disposition. In the embellishment pack, it had some really cool little sayings that I added there. This is a sticker. So all of this is Natural Disposition. Isn't it pretty? But what I want you to see is there really is nothing complicated here. It looks like it's really pretty and ornate because of this mat. And so really all we need to do is throw a picture on top of that when we're ready to build, and we've got a really great look. All right, so that's one that I wanted to show you. The next one is very similar. This one uses a relatively new punch. This is the mat, as you can see. Again, a nice, really ornate look. That was really no trouble at all. So this is a mat from the laser cut mats. This is a mat from the mat pack. I actually matted that on white to give it a little pop. This is a mat from the mat pack. This is an embellishment that I kind of popped with some foam squares. And then I just added a couple extra mats. Now this right here, again, looks pretty ornate. It's that dotted circle punch that we have. So I just took two 6x6 circles, and at the same time, I cut those out with the dotted circle punch in a matter of seconds, and then just added those here and here to give a nice completed look. But this right here, I love it. Okay, so let's move that out of the way. This one is another example using those mats. So again, really pretty look there. You can imagine how pretty, a photo is going to look on top of that. Here we go. And it looks like you went to a lot of trouble cutting those edges, but you didn't. You just popped them down. I did add a little border here with the rainbow arch. But other than that, this is an embellishment from a pack of embellishments. This is cut paper. This is a mat from the regular mat pack, and this is cut paper. Pretty, huh? This next one I did with that dotted arch punch. I know that there's some videos out there on how to do it. One of these days I'll show it again. I love the look. But this is the dotted arch that I showed earlier at the top here. And I did not add any ornate mats. I did add a mat or two. This is a mat from the mat pack, mat from the mat pack, mat from the mat pack, sticker, embellishment. So it's just a really lovely, lovely pack with really pretty looks. So feel free to steal these looks if you like them. Consultants and clients and potential clients and clients of other people, I don't care. I share my ideas. Love for you to have them. Love for you to use them. It's a real compliment. Now, what I wanted you to think a little bit out of the box about is, you know, I just used those to throw down some photographs. But what if we used those mats? So here's what one might look like. What if I used my cutting system components to cut out holes in the middle? If I did that here, we have a beautiful mat that could be used somewhere else. We could put it back in if we wanted to and just use that as a mat on a page as is, and maybe not even use it as a mat. What if we did something like this to it? Kind of cool, huh? But if we didn't, if we took that out and used this as a mat somewhere else, we could just throw a photo behind it. And that gives kind of a different look, doesn't it? All right, so I wanted you to think out of the box with these. You saw me use this one on a page. What if I used my cutting system? Again, same tool that I used with this, just a different template. But in case you haven't seen our cutting system, I wanted to make you know how cool it is. Actually, I think I'm going to probably use a red blade on this. So I'm just going to throw the little guys here in the tracks. This yellow thing is the blade. You do want to make sure that both knobs are in the tracks and it doesn't make a horrible sound when you pull it. You should hear the tearing because it is cutting, but it shouldn't be a lot of resistance. And if there's tons of resistance, a lot of times it's because you only have one of those knobs in the tracks. I'm going around twice because these laser mats are thicker than a piece of paper, and I just want to make sure that I get it everywhere. And you can see that I missed right up there. Not a big deal because I did not move it, and so I can just put it back in and get it. All right, so now I have another mat that I could use somewhere else, and then I have this one that I could pop a picture behind. What do you think about that? Kind of cool, huh? So I wanted you to think about those when you're using your mats, because then you can get more use out of the pieces that you cut out, and also it just gives a different look. All right, but I also wanted you to think about what it might look like if you just cut them in half. What if you just split them down in half and then used it as an embellishment on the page? So I was fooling around with Spring Cottage, which is how I discovered that these Natural Disposition mats match Spring Cottage as well. And this is what I came up with. So I used the mat as an embellishment at the top. I just cut it in half. I went ahead and added some stickers from Spring Cottage. I popped a few to give it some depth. And I love what I did here. I took one of the stickers and put it on a piece of paper, and then I used the Victorian blade with our 12-inch trimmer to get this really pretty border. It's a nice little subtle border, which is all it needed when you have this nice, beautiful embellishment here at the top. So, say goodbye to my bird. Just be grateful that the dogs were not barking today. One of them got their teeth cleaned yesterday. So he's a little quieter today, which is good. But the bird, not so much. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I sure do appreciate you. Go check out any of these products. They're all currently available at creativememories.com. If you have an advisor, reach out to them. If not, please pick me, Beckie Belote. Thanks so much. Bye now.